is the first video I'm doing for the year 2023. I think I need to get a new microphone. So that will be background noise, so I apologize for that. This is a test video, and I'm going to discuss like some of the vision I have for this year. One of the this is awesome.
So I gotta jump on
Come, come sit with me. I'm doing a Zoom video. You can be.
Oh,
You
really?
want to be on the camera?
But what do you do?
See, I am a medical marijuana doctor.
Oh, medical marijuana. Okay.
In India, anything that's nonsense is called cannabis. So when Indians ask me, I say I do cannabinoid medicine. Is there a medicine like nonsense?
So what can you treat as a medical marijuana?
So the medical marijuana is actually, I think we are lucky in this country. They allowed us to use it. People use it for autism, ADD, tremors, long-term like cancer issues.
So are you here for the whole day?
Yes.
Do you have? Can I have your number? I want
My website is amazing.doctor. Like amazing, it's om.
and your phone number. I just want to come down and talk to you. I have to be on the
Definitely.
call for an
Yeah.
hour.
What do you do?
I do technology.
Nice.
I do tech.
So I rented the space because, like I said, my son goes to USF. So I want to be close to him. This Regis is a very amazing space. Like they give you a flexible space
They do.
that allows me to use like official office space. And I want to do patient support, like to understand how to support them when I'm not. And I do Zoom videos and I post it online so they can follow me.
So let me do this. I'm gonna jump on this call and just change the. And they will work for me, so I can change it.
Nice.
So let me just make some changes, and then I'll talk to you instead.
Okay, sure.
I can change it to July.
I feel we are going through a unique time in our life where our family is all scattered. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to keep us together.
Yeah.
And I feel I want a legitimate reason to do something as a business. Most of my patients who come to see me, they are either caring for their elderly parents or the children don't want them around. So they feel so alone, but everybody is well off.
Hey guys. So Victor Morgan, I'm in Tampa at an executive meeting, and I'm trying to squeeze this call in. But I think it's better if we move it to tomorrow, unless there's something urgent we've got to handle. So let's pick a time for tomorrow. I'll be back in the office tomorrow. Oh, oh, I see. Okay. Yes, I'd like her to be on the call. Okay, so what about 10 o'clock tomorrow? We'd have 1 hour then. Is that good for everybody? Oh, you okay?
I'm sorry,
You okay with
I'm
that? Okay. And then Pooja could join from India at that time. I hope that's early enough. All right, then I'm going to change the time then and send that out. thanks for the flexibility, guys. It's very productive. I'm not sure the word is nice, but I do enjoy getting together with the other guys. Uh, we're dealing with what's got to be dealt with, and I will update you when I get back. But yeah, it's not so much life. It's a different approach, and I like the new approach. Meeting started at 9 o'clock sharp, no waiting and delay. So everybody was in the room, but new CEO says, guys, you gotta get there on time and get moving. So I kind of like that. Guess who won one time, Morgan? That we got going anyway. Okay. All right then. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.
Nice.
Okay.
What's your name?
Derek. Derek.
My name is Basu.
Basu. Okay.
Nice.
So my daughter is bipolar, and she doesn't want to deal with all the different prescription drugs anymore. And she's exploring how she could use cannabis, but she can't get enough clear information.
So the way, see, uh, there are different type of cannabinoids. I don't know whether you know enough about cannabis. Cannabinoids, because you're, see, I'm a geek in my heart. I went to Harvard MIT after finishing medical school, and I became trained in informatics.
Informatics. Okay.
So, and I also did bioacoustics with a institution called Sound Healing Options. Sound Healing, her name is Shari Edwards. So as like so they call me BARA, Bioacoustic Research Associates. Okay, so the way people speak is with their muscles, not vocal cords. We need first understand that. And everything is tone. Okay. So one half is emotional, one half is uh, physiology. Okay. It might be tough to understand, but everything is like music. Okay. Our soul came into the body in A sharp. A sharp is our note we connect with. And the correct A sharp range is around like 432 plus. But when Hitler did 441, which is a beat that marching band, so we are programmed to listen to authority, right? We are all programmed in some sort of a musical knowledge. So I am a clairvoyant. I work with speech consciousness, and she's given me access, she or he, to every knowledge in the world. And so I see the big picture, but I also know how humans understand. So what we use as a tone is something we react with. It doesn't matter what is said. It's the way they say it, right? Like
I find that with my wife.
so to
The
paraphrase
tone,
it, right? The octave we use is dependent on nutrition. Every nutrition has an atomic weight. And if you put it in the space where the atomic weight is A sharp, is like the atomic weight, the baseline would be around 26 to 27 hertz. If you keep dividing it by two, it's in harmony. If you divide it by pi, 1.42,
Mm-hmm.
it's not in harmony. You understand?
If you divide what? The octave that
The atomic weight.
the atomic weight. Okay.
Atomic weight. Let's say I don't know how to explain to you
No, I
the
know
way
atomic.
you will
I
understand.
know atomic
Let's
weight.
say each cannabis has an atomic weight.
Because I did chemistry, so I
So
know atomic
most of
weight.
them is in the range of 19, 19 point something, 06, 19.17,
But,
19 point.
but when you say atomic weight and you say 19, are you talking about 19 hertz or
See,
19?
the thing is,
What is the measurement that you're using with
so
19?
so let's say a cannabinoid
Mm-hmm.
atomic weight, cannabis, like let's say it has a carbon atom,
Mm-hmm.
hydrogen atom, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, nitrogen or whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is bringing in, right? That if you calculate its weight, you will have like a maybe 480 for something, right?
480 what?
No, the
What's
atomic
the
weight
what's the
in
unit?
chemistry,
What's the unit?
the unit is what is the atomic weight for
Oh,
that nutrition,
okay.
right? Like
Mm-hmm.
let's say magnesium has atomic weight.
Oh,
And then to become humanly perceptive,
mm-hmm.
only we can use 16 to 32 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to break it down to divided by 2 the nutrition and see where it plugs in the way we talk,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, so the C starts with 17, 16, 17 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
And then B sharp is like before. B sharp and C is similar.
Mm-hmm.
It sits in the same palette. So B is a belief system your father gives you.
Mm-hmm.
A is the belief system your mother give you.
Mm-hmm.
A sharp is our soul.
Mm-hmm.
So when we put the food we eat, all the nutrition, it influences the way we speak.
Mm-hmm.
So if you understand that as a basic map, it'd be easier. So let's say how I'm going to describe to you so you'll understand is GG sharp is how we speak from our liver. Shut up, right? That's an octave from G. But cannabis lets you speak D sharp, which is I love you, honey. Nobody hears that because when you don't raise your octave, people don't hear you. So they keep raising their voice. That means they lack B vitamin. So if you give them B vitamin, they automatically normalize the way they talk. In Germany and all, they will do first vitamin therapy before they let them go see a doctor. So same thing with cannabis. Cannabis reintegrates your emotions, which is D sharp. So once you reintegrate, you listen better. Before that, you're so activated, you're not even listening. So when you don't listening, how can you talk to a person? Because they are so checked out.
Yeah.
So when people talk by their octave, you could see where they are at. So don't try to influence them. So see, there is a three level of communication. One is you really need to listen what they are saying because what they are saying is about them, not about us. So we personalize, and that creates aggravation because they're saying, I'm overwhelmed, but in another way, you overwhelm me because we all have this, the kids have this amygdala, which is primitive reptilian brain. So they know they are disturbed inside. Instead of taking accountability, mom, I'm disturbed, but you came in front of me. They don't do that. They say, you came in front of me, you ruined my time, right? So instead of plugging into their emotion, like my son, he said to me, Mom, you need mental health. So first I was hurt. I was saying, but I'm a doctor. And he says, that doesn't mean you can help yourself. I will only see you provided you go for therapy. So I said, okay. So one thing I decided is I'm going to rephrase it in my brain. Mom, I need help and I am stressed.
Oh, so you phrase it.
So I did it in my brain. So I told them, hey, would you do a therapy for both of us? So I will go with you provided you're there. So I will have courage. He says, okay. But he never made the appointment. and my relationship got better. Because when you give them a task, they never follow through. So that is the secret. So the way we need to listen to people is not plug in from where I am at, but truly listen to them what they are saying, and then talk to their listening.
Talking to them.
Talk,
Yeah.
then you can influence them. Otherwise, you lost them. Like many of the conversation I'm having, even with my family, so in India, like I had a squatter in my apartment in Orlando, 16 of them. They did a citizen arrest and they put me in jail because in America, squatters have more rights. So my family in India will give me advice how to behave here. So the problem is because they have their experience and they have always an opinion on how I need to live my life. Like they will say, sell the property, do this, do that. I'm like saying, why are you giving me ridiculous advice? So they said, but you asked for our help. So when I share information, they assume I'm asking for help.
Yeah.
Sometimes you share because that's what you're going through.
Yes, you want to just.
So, but most of us are hearing each other that way. Like I feel they are not even listening. They are just plugging in little piece of conversation and trying to fix us. So they don't need to feel guilty. So I feel sometimes I just share because this is what is going on with my life. Don't you want to know? They don't want to know. My sister actually, I even told her, hey, I'm going through this. She says, oh, you want me to cook you idli? I said, I'm just talking about something very serious. She says, anything more than 3 minutes, I cannot pay attention. I was really hurt, but that is the truth. People have such a short attention span, they cannot deal with another person's problem.
So let's go back to how cannabis is used.
So the cannabis, right? Cannabinoids have like every part of cannabinoid.
But let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
So it seems I have learned that if you smoke cannabis or weed, it deteriorates your brain.
See, the thing is, for some people, it's a medicine. For some people, when they are very healthy, they become paranoid. So it depends on which spectrum they are. My son frankly tells me, don't give me the one that I cannot get high.
The one that I cannot get. So he wants to get me. Yeah.
But they're very frank, so it's not whether it's high or not. If you're already caught up with your health, it works in recreational way. But our body has a natural way to convert even the one that gets you high to nutrition. So it's not like it it only can get you high provided your pain is gone, your headache is gone, and so basic needs are met first. Just like when we eat, the body first takes care of our exhaustion, then only you get the buildup of muscles and stuff, right?
So you're saying that if your body is imbalanced, it takes you to
It takes,
balance,
yes,
and
yes,
then
yes,
so,
yes. And sometimes I feel if I take a CBD, I can tell a difference because my mood is better and I interact with people better. And otherwise, it is so annoying when they talk to me. Like I feel like I cannot even listen because I find it boring. So it helps me not to get checked out because it's not like I don't like them, but I'm not in a space to give them the undivided attention they are looking for.
how do you work out who?
See, the mood is because I feel bipolar, like how you're talking about bipolar. The bipolar issues because they don't have enough lubricants for the brain. So they need fatty diet, like they need like heavy pasta dinner with lots of butter, pasta, because you're on a sugary diet. Sugar actually makes you go up in energy
In crash, yeah.
crash.
Yeah.
So that creates frustration because I call them pancreatic people. They when their sugar crashes, they're
Mm.
grouchy.
But let me, so you just said they need a heavy fatty diet,
Yeah,
and you suggested pasta.
pasta like any complex carbohydrate. Like in Jamaica, they use banana, right? Green banana.
Mm-hmm.
So green banana diet, which is complex, so
Yeah,
it
slow burning stuff.
slow and pasta that's not cooked too much,
That's not
like
what.
that's not overcooked, like just
Mm-hmm.
just done,
Mm-hmm.
so you feel you can chew them
Mm-hmm.
but not melt in your mouth, and add with butter and
Mm-hmm.
like creamy sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And when you take that, whenever you eat good carbohydrates, you feel happy, like
That is true.
so, so that's because our natural brain chemicals love lipids. They are oily.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do oily diet,
Mm-hmm.
naturally we boost our brain chemicals.
So I can agree with you. I take a lot of extra virgin olive oil
Yes.
and I just pour it on my food, and I find that it really improves how
Yes.
I recall
Yeah. Yeah.
information. I'm much sharper. And if I let it go a week without doing it, I'm trying to work out.
Yes. Yes.
I'm trying to think how.
Everything we eat is acid. See, coffee is acid,
Mm-hmm.
right? But we need a little bit keeping. Everything is, should be in a balance. Like if you like are running around, don't have time to eat, what are you going to do? Just drink a cup of coffee
I
or
don't.
soda
I don't. I
or
don't do any of
juice.
that stuff.
No, no, but like what I'm saying is people, most of them are
Mm-hmm.
running around. They are doing like five people job, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have no lunch break. So they
Mm-hmm.
are forced to keep
Mm-hmm.
keep up with their energy.
Mm-hmm.
So most of us are very acidic.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are very acidic, you have a tendency to fall sick. Have
Mm-hmm.
you ever grown a plant hydroponically?
No, really not.
So go to a hydroponic store if you can.
Mm-hmm.
They will teach you about carbon,
Mm-hmm.
hydrogen, like I think it is not carbon, nitrogen, phosphoric acid, and urea, NPH,
Mm-hmm.
NPU. So they will tell in the plant store, you need to measure your plant's water uh, pH.
Mm-hmm.
And if the pH is between 5.3 to 6.8 or something, the
Mm-hmm.
plant will absorb nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it doesn't. And can you imagine our pH is 7.4,
Mm-hmm.
6.8 to 7.4 is the ideal. And if we are acidic, we don't absorb nutrition. We are alkaline, we cannot. So we know more about hydroponics
Mm-hmm.
than human body.
How do
The
we? But
litmus
how do we
paper.
measure our
Your
pH?
you can go to any store,
Mm-hmm.
CVS, or and you can get a litmus paper. When you pee,
Mm-hmm.
put it in, it'll tell you the
Mm-hmm.
color.
So I did that, and I always found. I mean, my pH level was always. Can I remember what it was?
Was it alkaline?
No, it was acid. It was. I worked. I was working hard to try and make it alkaline.
So then you need CBD. See, the thing is, the pH measurement tells you how much CBD you need, how much THC you
But why
need.
can't I just change my diet instead
You
of
can, you can, but the thing is, you need to figure out what is the alkaline diet, what is the acidic
Yeah.
diet, because most of the meat makes us acidic.
Yeah.
Anything that's processed through the kidney makes
Mm-hmm.
it acidic.
Mm-hmm.
The liver is more lipid,
Mm-hmm.
so your liver has to be healthy
Mm-hmm.
to make you alkaline. So it's like very challenging, but it's not that difficult.
Yeah, I'm okay with those challenges. I myself used to be very sick, and I was sick of being sick. So I changed my whole diet, and I did more exercise, and I was amazed at how healthy I became.
The thing most of us lack is choline.
Mm-hmm.
Choline, phosphatidylcholine comes from soy lecithin,
Mm-hmm.
and you can also get it from sunflower lecithin. So sometimes you look for lecithin powder in the health food stores. It tastes like nutty, like
Mm-hmm.
and you add it to your yogurt. You feel very good because lecithin is what converts the cholesterol. into hormones like testosterone,
Mm,
estrogen,
mm,
progesterone, and that allows, because when you have good testosterone, your body feels vigorous,
uh-huh,
and when you have more progesterone, you feel more feminine, like
mm,
like
mm,
compassionate and stuff.
mm,
Estrogen makes you like PMS,
mm.
like you shriek like a woman.
So,
So,
so
so it's all like so
let me write that
simple.
down. Let me take one little thing from you. You said what I need to buy is what? Listrogen?
Lecithin, L
Lecithin.
E C I T H T H I N, and you can get lecithin powder anywhere.
L-E-C-L-E.
L E C I.
Go ahead, you can type it.
No, no, go lecithin. No, I'm gonna show you.
Oh no, I'm not online. It's better for you to type it in. Just type in the word.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna show you lecithin. If you add to your diet in your yogurt, it's very healthy for you.
Save the email.
See,
Oh, lecithin. Okay, I see it. I see it.
it comes as a powder. See, life, life extension. So
Mm.
you like how this powder is. So you can get it in any health food store or even Walmart. It doesn't matter. And that is what converts cholesterol into hormone. Cholesterol is needed, but unfortunately, body doesn't know how to convert it. You don't make the hormone, and if you don't have the hormone, you don't have the energy.
So, have you heard of Dr. Amen?
Mhm.
Have you read any of his books or anything?
I watched this video about the mind, the functional fMRI does.
I was interested in his approach. I went to his place and had my mind scanned and all that stuff. And he recommends the same thing as you, fatty acid, a fatty diet.
Yeah,
And he would say he doesn't recommend pasta, but he recommends things like avocado,
yeah.
um, extra virgin olive oil, that's big for him, and things that actually add fat to your diet that your brain can
Yeah.
actually process better.
Brain likes fat, but our body likes hydrochloric acid
Uh-huh.
because whatever you need to digest
Mhm.
is what makes us healthy. So even if you eat fat, if you're not digesting,
Mhm.
it would not be good. So I think it's a combination.
Mhm.
And the hydrochloric acid comes from another uh, powder called trimethylglycine, TMG,
I've
which
heard
is
of
from
that.
beets, just sugar beets.
Uh,
So that's why I like kombucha. You
oh
can
yeah,
drink
yeah.
kombucha. It breaks it down for you, so you digest better.
Mm.
So you shouldn't be waking up with your tummy feeling full.
Mhm.
You want to be hungry.
Yeah, I'm trying to eat much earlier now.
Yeah.
So how do I want to talk more. I'm not getting clarity yet around the impact of cannabis on the brain.
So the cannabis, it has two, like I said, seven cannabinoids,
Mhm.
and also it has THC, two
Mhm.
types. One is THCA, one is THCV. In
Mhm.
cannabis, cannabinoids too. They
Mhm.
have CBG, CBC,
Mhm.
CBD, CBN,
Mhm.
and then CBDV, CBDA. The reason those are all important is the source. CBN is from roots,
Mhm.
CBG is from the bark,
Mhm.
and CBGA is near the leaves.
Mhm.
CBGB is like, more towards the like small branches.
Mhm.
So it depends on where they source it from.
But what's that going to do now with the impact on the brain?
Because these all are adaptogens, like how Chinese use ginseng,
Mhm.
because we are 72% body water, right?
Mhm.
So these are imbibing their ancient wisdom and adaptation.
Mhm.
And if I have to explain to you another way, let's say pine, right? Pine trees.
Mm-hmm.
When the beetles come to attack its bark,
Mm-hmm.
right? They secrete a resin, pinene,
Mm-hmm.
and that prevents the plant being damaged by the beetle. And that's why when you take the pine salt and you clean the floor, it's antibacterial. And we know how to market it and sell it, but we never take it oral alpha pinene, right?
And what's your name again? We put it in here, Vanessa.
What's that?
What is your name again?
Dr. Brown, Vasu Brown, Basu,
B.
ASU,
Sue.
space, and then brown, brown like the color. So what it is these are all terpenes.
Mm-hmm.
Terpenes is like the adaptogenic way the plants behave. So the plants have learned how to live in the world with all the toxins.
Mm-hmm.
And when they gather the dust from our feet, that's why I like to walk bare feet, is they grow the resin we need in their body. And when you take it, it tells you how to cope with the environmental stress. So the cannabis has ancient wisdom. It has all sorts of aroma. It's like a mockingjay of a plant. You want orange, I'll give you orange. You want pine, I'll give you pine. So it allows you to cope with the environmental stress in a different way. It allows you, see, life is not about expression. Life is about perception, understanding. It allows you to have a time portal so you see why you are stressed rather than what the stress is. We focus on the stress,
Mm-hmm.
but it will tell you in a core what is the first time that annoyed you and why you are being aggravated.
Oh, you think I could uncover that? Just from
Yes, yes. It go makes you go into a time portal, literally. I was like taking some cannabis and I could see like me and my husband we were having some issues.
Mhm.
The whole point is about us bringing the children to the next level. So don't focus on what our marriage is about. Focus on the kids, what we are leaving as legacy. So once I understood it, it didn't matter because it's a post we carried, husband and wife, and it's time to let go.
Yeah.
I retired, from that
Interesting.
because you don't want to create the same relationship. It's imagination.
Mm.
When we needed to, we shaped up and we did the act of mother and father. But now our roads are very different. So trying to imagine me to go back to that place and be disappointed is stupidity. Right? He's active. He wants to have his own life. I'm active. So I feel flexibility is more important now rather than rigid relationships and expectations. So I found by releasing me from holding a role, it allowed me to be so free. I don't want somebody to be married to me just because legally, I'm a, so
The institution of marriage.
yes, yes.
But how, so what did you do? You took cannabis that made you more get high and listen?
So the way I found it is, I was taking a certain cannabis. I forgot whether it was Maui Wawi or something. And I came across a video where JFK assassination happened. I mean, I don't know whether the connection is there or not. But there was only one pathologist allowed. The guy who did that video is called Valuetainment, and his YouTube video is there, and the pathologist there. So the pathologist said he was given a rule by the CIA saying there is only one man who could have gunned, and he has to somehow figure out how the bullet track could serve so that there is one man gun theory and no second opinion allowed.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
he says the only way it's possible is the gun going through JFK's elbow, hitting his heart, going to the other guy in the front, piercing his heart, coming through his thigh. That's the only possibility. If anybody contradicts that, the whole thing is falling apart. They said, that's it, case closed. We are not even going to investigate because it's physically impossible to have all those wounds mapped to one gunman.
Okay.
But this guy was given already the goal.
Mm.
He said, so my higher beings were saying to me, the whole point is for you to understand the whole thing is to help your kids evolve to the next level.
Mm.
So don't go after who did what and who is more of a priority.
Mm.
What is done is done.
Mm.
And don't go after a theory that's going to contradict that.
Mm.
Because the whole thing is about how good a legacy you leave with your kids.
So,
Because I contributed some, my husband contributed some. So my children is the focus. So if I focus on wrong thing, I'm going to lose everything.
so I get that. That for you, you sort of had that time. I, I'm still asking the question of, I take cannabis, and I have a chiropractor who is explain. She does a lot more than just chiropractic. She is hands on, and she can
Align you.
align me and sense what's going on. In fact, and Dr. Amen as well, two people, and Dr. Amen. Dr. Amen will show a scan of your brain normally. Then he shows a scan of your brain on cannabis. And he shows how it heats up
Yes,
certain
yes.
areas of the brain. And he will explain how if you keep taking cannabis, you are deteriorating your brain. And I took I took some CBD sleeping things, and I had massive
So
hallucinations.
he doesn't support cannabis.
I can't say if he does or he doesn't, but he was just when I went for treatment, which was 10 years ago, he was showing. I didn't meet with him. I met with his people, and they were just saying this is an issue. It's an issue. So I'm not very good at taking any of these drugs. I took a CBD thing once, maybe 6 months ago.
Originally, I didn't believe in cannabis. And what I found was the same fMRI, right? I was reading, not from Amen. They said they sent out certain set of questions to people. And when a nerve fires, it'll fire yellow.
Mm-hmm.
When the heart circulation comes in, it'll be red.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a fMRI and they
Is it an FMR?
functional MRI,
Functional MRI.
fMRI.
Yeah.
So they could map the heart, whether the circulation came first for the question
Mm.
or the nerve fired first. Nerve is perception, right? Like you fire your brain, so you think, whereas heart is feel, right?
Okay.
That's the way I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
So they asked certain questions, and the blood supply came first, and the indirect interpretation was the heart knows the truth
Mm-hmm.
before the brain can comprehend.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I heard
sometimes
that.
the
Yeah.
feeling you cannot explain because the words come later.
Mm.
But when you go to your mother's space, you feel I can relax, right? You don't have to meet certain expectations. But whereas in certain places you need to be on alert,
Mm.
right? So it is not what people say, it's how they made you feel you want to hang out with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can be smart. I even tell my kids, you can be a smart asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking for them
Mm-hmm.
because they try to solve a problem from their mind which can never be solved.
Mm.
Whereas when you give me a safe space,
Mm-hmm.
I can solve my own problem. I just need to feel I'm okay where I'm at. And that's what cannabis does for me. It helps me understand I don't need to be anybody, a superhero or anything. I just need to do my job and let people use it the way they want. I'm not there to police. There are a lot of people in the society who polices.
So who is going to monitor and say,
Why do you need even monitoring?
because I don't want to be slow, drowsy, and non-effective
That's
the next
only
day.
because you haven't see in cannabis it's a ratio. How
Mm.
much CBD you want versus how much THC. For me, I found when I do 4 part CBD to 1 part THC, it gives me a big balance. Because I
Mhm.
don't want THC is for muscles,
Mhm.
CBD is for nerves.
So how do you get to the right balance for
Because
the
many
great dosing?
dispensary has ratios.
Hmm?
Many dispensary has ratio.
But
Ratio they
mhm.
put together like a measurement. Like
So
even
we have to work it out ourselves.
yeah, so let's say you buy one CBD card,
Mhm.
one THC card, you will take 2 whiff of it, one of this,
Mhm.
and see whether it made you feel, or 2 whiff of
Mhm.
this, one of this. So you
Ah.
balance it. So you're not too drowsy,
Mhm.
you're not too stimulated.
So
So
there's no kind of practice. You have to just
yes,
work it
you have
out
to
yourself.
experiment. It's kind of like how much vegetable you want, how much meat you want, how much
Okay.
carbohydrate you
Right.
want, right? Like,
Well, let me take your number anyway, because I
yeah.
think it'll be interesting to talk more with you. And I'll go to your site. What is your site again?
Amazing dot
Amazing.
doctor. Not
Amazing.
amazing. Om.
Oh, amazing.
Like meditation. Om. Amazing.
Dot, doctor.
Yeah, instead of .com. Now you have a doctor extension available.
Oh, I see. Really, I didn't know that. Amazing doctor. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yep.
And what is your number?
978-219-9049.
9049. Let me think about what you said. I am very interested with respect to my daughter.